Private auction, also known as private marketplace and invitation-only auction, is a real-time bidding auction similar to an open auction, except publishers restrict participation to a selected group of advertisers only. But how can advertisers participate in private auctions? Well, a publisher must first invite advertisers through his supply-side platform. A deal is traditionally made directly between a publisher and the participating advertisers. Each invite becomes a private auction deal with a single advertiser. In addition to that, publishers have the freedom to set the minimum CPM price floor. The invited advertisers must exceed that price floor with their bid to be eligible to participate in the private auction. However, when it comes to private auctions, the advertiser with the highest bid always wins the auction. But let's take an example. Suppose that a publisher has set up a private marketplace with a price floor of $8 per thousand impressions for all participants, and has invited 3 advertisers only. The 3 advertisers can bid through their DSP for that ad space. Suppose that the first advertiser placed a bid of $8.20, the second advertiser placed a bid of $9, and the third placed a bid of $8.50. In this case, the auction winner will be the second advertiser, who placed the highest bid. As mentioned earlier in this course, publishers use ad servers to prioritize the selling of their ad spaces. In general, most of them try to sell premium ad inventory directly to advertisers at higher prices. If there is remnant ad inventory, they make it available in private auctions, and if they don't manage to sell it there, they make it available in open auctions as a solution of last resort. Therefore, ad servers for publishers typically give private auctions higher ad serving priority than open auctions. Knowing that millions of advertisers and publishers worldwide seek to trade ad inventory, you may wonder how those parties can find each other. Well, almost always the process is initiated by advertisers. Many DSPs allow advertisers to search for publishers participating in private auctions through a discovery tool. The discovery tool enables them to search based on several criteria like publisher name, country, content category, ad space format or size, audience gender, or age. In addition to that, advertisers can also access publisher profile data deriving from the ad exchange. Those data might reveal the publisher's audience characteristics such as age, gender, and geos, and how certain ad spaces generally perform in terms of impressions, unique impressions, viewability, and other metrics. If the DSP doesn't offer this feature, the advertiser can simply ask his account manager to provide a list of suggested private marketplaces. In this table, you see some suggested private marketplaces for an advertiser in the travel industry. In that spreadsheet, you can see the package name in the first column, the publisher name in the second, the content category in the third, the ad space format in the fourth, and the last 2 columns show the minimum CPM cost for participating in auctions, and the daily number of impressions ad spaces typically get. In this list, you see many premium publishers such as BBC, Expedia, and HomeAway. Note that regardless of whether advertisers can search for publishers within their DSP or not, they still need to request participation in private auctions. The chances are that publishers will eventually invite them. The process of setting up a private marketplace always begins with the publisher, who has to follow some steps. The publisher should first create a new deal in which a lot of details are inserted, such as deal name, price floor, deal expiration date, inventory platform, ad unit type, number of seats in the auction, geos, device types, and other details. That new deal should then be assigned to certain ad spaces. Once the new deal is created, a deal ID is generated and shown to the publisher. The publisher should then send it to the advertiser. Finally, the advertiser has to insert that deal ID into his demand-side platform, and target it with a programmatic advertising campaign. If that process has been done correctly, the advertiser will be able to participate in the upcoming private auctions. Now let's see in greater detail how private auctions work in a marketplace with several participants. For this example, let's assume that the publisher uses an ad server that sells all premium ad inventory directly to advertisers, and the remnant inventory through private auctions. The invited advertisers will have to bid $8 or more to participate in private auctions. Let's also assume that the advertiser had created banner ads within his creative management platform, had published the ad tags of the creatives to his ad server and demand-side platform, had wrapped the ad tags with additional code for ad fraud protection, and also uses a data management platform to target third-party audience segments. The entire process begins when an internet user visits a publisher's webpage containing an ad space. The publisher's ad server checks if that page contains premium ad inventory. If yes, it sends a message to the supply-side platform saying that there is a premium ad impression for sale, so it basically triggers an ad request containing the deal ID that is related to that ad space. Next, the supply-side platform passes the information about the user in the ad space to the ad exchange, which relays it to the demand-side platforms of the invited advertisers only, and begins the auction. Once those advertisers have received the user information from the ad exchange, their DSP will firstly check if the ad request contains the deal ID. If so, the DSP will check on the DMP to see whether that user is in the third-party audience segment. Next, the demand-side platform will check whether that impression is fraudulent through the ad protection solution. If everything is okay, the demand-side platform will have to place a bid of $8 or higher to participate in the private auction. Next, the SSP picks the winner, and the publisher's ad server requests the ad creative from the advertiser. Then the advertiser's ad server will get the ad creative from his creative management platform, and pass it to the publisher's ad server, which will then show it on the web page. Even though more participants were involved in this example, the entire process still takes 100 milliseconds to complete. According to a recent study, private auction deals accounted for the majority of programmatic ad spend in 2020. By the end of 2021, U.S. advertisers are expected to spend about $16 billion in private auctions, and $14 billion in open auctions. Now let's see in greater detail what are the main benefits of participating in private auctions. First of all, private auctions offer better ad fraud protection as opposed to open auctions. Another significant benefit is that both advertisers and publishers can protect their brand image. Publishers can control who bids on their ad inventory. Thus, they can make sure it is always filled with high-quality advertisements from reputable brands. Private marketplaces provide better price transparency for both publishers and advertisers since the entire auction process is transparent to both parties. As I said earlier, publishers set the price floors, and advertisers bid for ad inventory they already know. Another benefit is that advertisers can access high-quality ad inventory before it hits open auctions. Therefore, this ad-serving priority allows them to gain additional reach. Publishers can charge higher CPMs for offering this type of priority. As mentioned in the previous lesson, a downside of participating in open auctions is that some publisher and user data can easily get leaked. By participating in private auctions, fewer participants get to access those data. The last main benefit is the ability for both advertisers and publishers to build stronger partnerships. In a private marketplace, both parties have to interact with each other to make deals. By keeping the communication open and building strong partnerships, advertisers could negotiate better direct media buying deals in the future.